Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Joe Flash, and today I'm back with another voice comparison reaction video. So in this video, in my last video, which was a couple days ago, I did Iron Man. So as I mentioned before, I was taking a break from doing voice comparison reaction videos for a little while, but I made the ultimate decision to return reacting to them, so I'm back with reactions. First I'm going to do Marvel, and then maybe at some point I'll get DC. I don't know, maybe if I'll try to do as many Marvel characters first and then go to DC later, or if I may mix it up between Marvel and DC, because, you know, there's so many heroes and villains in both the Marvel and DC franchise that it's just hard to keep up with them all, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, the point of the matter is I'm doing Marvel, and I was supposed to do my next reaction video the day after I did the Iron Man voice comparison reaction video, which was my last video I made, but sadly I didn't get to because, you know, I was tired, and I also had a party to attend to yesterday. When I was going to try it yesterday, I was attending a Halloween party that my college was having, and, you know, I was going to be tired after I came home, so there was that as well. But here I am, so I'm finally doing the video, and this will probably be the only video I'll make for the night, because even though it's not too late, it's only 9:28, it's gonna, like, get, you know, really late, you know, at night, you know, less than you know it, you know what I'm saying? So it won't take too long at all. So basically, I'm just gonna you know, just do this video, and maybe I'll chill for a little bit and then go to bed. I probably might go to bed early, I don't know, but anyway, so this should be a good one. So the next Marvel character I'm doing is yet another all-time classic Avenger. He is the god of thunder himself. He is the son of Odin, because his last name is actually Odin's son, and you may already know who he is. Like, I don't even really need to describe his nicknames and all that, because you already know who he is. He's literally the god himself, you know? It's without a doubt, without question, probably one of the best Avengers of all time. You know, pretty much I feel like all the classics are some of the best ones, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, they're just simply classic Avengers, you know what I'm saying? So it's none other than the mighty hero himself, the one and only Thor. Yes, Thor, ladies and gentlemen. Thor Odin's son, as his full name is. Thor. What can I say? Another all-time classic Avenger. He is super awesome. He is actually one of the current classic Avengers from the original MCU, well, basically like the original Avengers from the starting of the MCU, like, you know, when they made the first Avengers movie back in 2012, he was one of the original Avengers. Currently in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, he is one of the current classic original Avengers that is still hanging around in the MCU till this very day. So, like, the original Avengers were Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, the Hulk, Black Widow, and Hawkeye. Only 3 of them are currently still available with us. You know, only 3 of them are still currently with us, and Thor is one of them. So, yes, it's currently, yep, Thor as one of them. I would go ahead and say the others, but, just never mind. You get the point. I think you can already guess who it is. I wouldn't need to tell y'all, but anyway, Thor, it's been pretty cool just seeing him, how he's evolved over the years, and, you know, his recent MCU movie, Thor Love and Thunder, was actually pretty good. It really surprised me, honestly. It actually turned out to be a good movie. I was having high hopes for this movie to be good when I went to go see it. I wasn't really feeling too confident about seeing it at first, but I eventually decided to once my friend Alex asked me if I wanted to go to the movies with him to check a movie out, and I requested Thor Love and Thunder, and it turned out to be a pretty good film. I'm not gonna lie, it was a good movie. So yeah, Thor is still currently in the MCU, and he's still, you know, doing great as usual, and even in any other stuff, he's still a great character, you know? You can't go wrong with Thor, you know? He's just simply an Avenger that just will never get old, and, you know, it's really crazy to see him still hanging around, you know? He's just someone that'll never get old. I mean, he's just literally from Asgard, he's the god of thunder, you know? Like, what would the Avengers be without him, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, Thor. I just have nothing but love and respect for this character, you know. There's not really any heroes or villains I can't seem to really doubt so far in the Marvel Universe. And, you know, when you want to talk about Thor, I mean, come on, man. How can you go wrong with this guy? Like, who doesn't love Thor? Or who doesn't love any of the classic Avengers, you know what I'm saying? So, I can't say that I just have a ton of respect for this character, Thor. I'm sorry if I keep clearing my throat. I have a little thing in my throat, but I'll be alright. So, yep, Thor, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just ready to go ahead and get this out of the way. I think I pretty much have already said what I said. Also, I will do my better to not talk too much about some of the voice actors that are voicing Thor. Like, you know, whenever certain ones come up that I have a few things to say, I'll try not to talk as much as I did in my last video with Iron Man, because I'm sure probably those of you that saw my last reaction video to Iron Man voice comparison, some of you are probably still very upset with me for talking so much throughout that video, and, you know, even pausing it so many times, and keeping my sentences going for like a super long time. I explained I was autistic and, you know, I like to talk for a long time, so I'm sorry if I upset some of you guys about that, because, you know, that video was super short. It was on Generation West's channel. It was only a 5-minute video, and I ended up turning my reaction video into a full hour video because I was mostly talking so much. So I really am sorry to everybody that was upset with me about that. I wouldn't even be surprised if that video's got some dislikes. My Iron Man voice comparison reaction video getting dislikes because of all the talking I've done. So I'm really sorry. But I will try my best, and I will do better to make sure I don't talk as much in this video or any of my future reaction videos, because I really got to limit it down from now on, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much in college, my teacher pretty much always tells me that I need to, like, start clarifying my sentences, you know, better and shorten them, you know what I'm saying, instead of, like, going on for, like, a full paragraph, which I can understand that, but at the same time, it's just the way I am, you know? But I'm trying my best, you know? I'm trying to learn, you know what I'm saying? At least, you know, I'm in college, you know, I'm learning, and, you know, I'm getting the help that I need to learn future stuff in life, you know what I'm saying, when I become, you know, ready to do stuff by myself as an adult, or, you know, whenever I'm graduated from college next year, and then I'm officially done with school for the rest of my life, because this year is my second and final year in college before I graduate next year, and then I'll be officially done with it for the rest of my life, and then that's where I really need to focus on, you know, life by myself, you know what I'm saying. But anyway, that won't be until 2023, even though it's almost about to be the end pretty soon, because we only have like 2 months left to go before 2022 actually comes to an end. So it's actually coming a lot more sooner than later. But anyway, points proven. You already know my apologies. So once again, I'm sorry to all that talking in my last video with Iron Man. I'll do my best not to do it much here. I don't plan on doing it much here with Thor or any of my future reaction videos I'll be making. So I hope y'all understand. So with that being said, and with all that taken care of, I'm ready to get this out of the way, man. So let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? There should be some pretty good ones up in here. I can already just feel it, because, you know, a lot of these reaction videos of voice comparisons are really good to check out. I enjoy these voice comparisons from both Generation West and Behemoth89's channels, but Generation West is my #1 favorite. He just has the best ones, in my opinion, because he just tries to include almost everyone, you know, not all the voices of the characters that were voiced, that voiced the character from animation or video games and stuff, but even, like, live-action stuff, because you pretty much got to include the live-action stuff as well, you know what I'm saying? Because unlike Behemoth89, when you look at the title of Behemoth89's voice comparison videos, he only titles them animated, which means he doesn't include the live-action versions of the characters, you know what I'm saying? Like, they were played by actors, which is kind of sad, but it doesn't matter, you know? But anyway, my point's proven. You already get it by now, so let's go ahead and just get right into this, shall we? I'm just ready to get this out of the way, as I already said. Let's see who's up on the list for Thor, and let's find out who is up there as my favorites. I'm sure you can already guess who will be up there as one of my favorites. I think y'all can already guess it, but I'm going to explain that at the end of the video. I'm sure a lot of you guys can already guess, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, you would never know. So anyway, let's get into it. Sorry. There's a little piece hanging out of my nail. But anyway, like John Cena and Triple H always say, your time is up, my time is now. It's time to play the game. Let's go ahead and get into this, shall we? Thor, voice comparison in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Comparing the voices of Thor.
The hammer is flying on toward the debris of Loki's broken chains. This cliff contains the magic metal Uru. The stone mallet I fashioned was attracted magnetically to the same spot. I must reach Lord Odin at once. He must be told the god of evil is free.
Okay, sure.
And behold, as my enchanted hammer reveals the wonders of the realm eternal. Beyond space and time.
Alright, not bad either. Rest in peace to Vic Perrin. That's how you say his name. Rest in peace to him. It's nice that, even Generation West, that he even includes the little RIP symbol to let them know that that person passed away. That's really respectful, because it helps to let people know that they passed away in case for those that didn't know about it, you know what I'm saying? Or at the time, whenever the time was when this video was uploaded in that certain year, it lets them know, you know what I'm saying? Because I did get some comments from previous videos, like one that included certain voice actors that unfortunately passed away earlier this year, like that guy, whatever his name was. I think he was famously the guy who voiced in I think it was Aladdin, I'm not sure, but he ended up voicing Krang and Krang Supreme in the 2012 Ninja Turtle show, and somebody sent me a comment reminding me that that actor passed away, and, I kind of forgot that that was him that was in my video, and, I was like, oh yeah, he was in my video, he was Krang Supreme, yeah. And then, because I did get the news that he passed away, I just forgot he was in one of my videos for voice comparisons, you know what I'm saying? But it's always a good sign to, pay respects, because, everybody deserves credit for something, right, So.
I mean me no harm. 'Tis Bruce Banner I see. Perhaps in days yet to
I don't even need to think on this one. I'm already liking this one, so yeah. I really didn't even have to take a few thanks on this one. I already like it. Most of the time, I usually take a break to think about it. Oh, yes. Great game. Can't go wrong with Marvel Ultimate Alliance. And Cam Clark did a great job, man. Yes! Those are great films. If you haven't seen the Ultimate Avengers films, ladies and gentlemen, you should go check them out. Those are great movies. I have them both on DVD, Ultimate Avengers 1 and 2. And yes, David Boat did great. Yeah. And he did actually voice Thor in the Superhero Squad series as well. So, yeah, there's that. Of course, I know a lot of you aren't going to care about that because Superhero Squad isn't something a lot of people are a big fan of, but whatever. It doesn't matter, it's just really does not matter, you know what I'm saying? But yes, he did voice Thor in Superhero Squad. I kind of almost forgot about that, to be honest, because I didn't really watch too many episodes of Superhero Squad. I only just watched the episodes I got from that DVD. That's all about it. But I mostly remember from the video games, you know what I'm saying? But never mind. Even though Thor had a short appearance in Next Avengers: Heroes of Tomorrow, he didn't appear until like close to the end of the movie when his daughter Torrin looked like she was about to die when she was in space trying to save her family on Earth from Ultron. He made an appearance at the end, and you saw he had the beard and everything because he got older because Thor actually left because if you watch the movie, you'll understand what happened to Thor and all that kind of stuff. I kind of mentioned what happened to the Avengers in my last movie, in my last reaction video with Iron Man, what happened to them in that movie, so yeah. But not all of them died, some of them still survived. Thor was actually one of them. He just left the Avengers. Like I said, if you haven't seen the movie Next Avengers: Heroes of Tomorrow, you should check it out and you'll understand. It pretty much takes place in a timeline of the future, you know what I'm saying? So you should go watch it. It's a good movie. I love the Next Avengers: Heroes of Tomorrow movie. So yes, thumbs up to that man who voiced Thor in that movie. It's not one of my favorites, but thumbs up to him. Michael Adam Waite, how do you say his name? I don't know. Jim Cummings? Or Jim Cummings? I didn't even know he voiced Thor, or I didn't even know he was the man behind Thor's voice in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2. But yes. As I mentioned, I love the Marvel Ultimate Alliance game. If I like the first one, then obviously I'm going to like the second and third one as well. Probably out of all three of them, I think Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 was probably the best one, honestly, in my opinion. The second one was probably the best one, so yes. Jim Cummings is a pretty talented voice actor. I know he's had a lot of other roles before in the past, and if I'm not mistaken, I think Jim Cummings was also featured in some of my previous voice comparison reaction videos as well. Yes. Hulk versus 2009. There's two different movies of that. Hulk versus Thor and Hulk versus Wolverine. I have it on DVD as well. So yes. There wasn't really anything meaningful to those movies, like a storyline or nothing, but it was a good movie though. Hulk versus Thor. Oh yeah, and he did voice him in Thor: Tales of Asgard. I only saw that movie once. That was it. I rented it on DVD when it was in Family Video, and Thor and his friends and Loki, they kind of looked a little younger in this version. They kind of were like teenage age almost, even though I don't know if they were technically teenagers, but it just seemed like teenage age, you know what I'm saying? especially when you look at Loki and, and you see Lady Sif and all those other characters, so they kind of looked a little younger, and apparently this took place in a timeline where Thor didn't even have his hammer Mjolnir yet, he was fighting with a sword. Either he didn't get Mjolnir yet, or he probably just, I don't know. I don't know if this is a different if this is taking place in a different Earth, like a different dimension where Thor still didn't receive his hammer yet, or... Actually, no, what am I talking about? Yes, Thor didn't get his hammer until he grew older when he finally became worthy of it. What am I talking about? Sorry. But apparently this takes place in a timeline where Thor didn't get his hammer yet and he was still fighting with his sword. You get the point. But yeah, that movie was alright. I didn't really have to care too much for that movie, but it was good. It was alright. Thor, Tales of Asgard. I wasn't even paying attention, but yes! Yeah, honestly, this guy is probably one of my favorite Thor voice actors. I mean, come on. The Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes show. How can you go wrong with this series, man? Everybody loves this series. This is like one of the best Avengers series of all time, man. This is the series that rivals with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. People are debating over if this is better than the Marvel Cinematic Universe or if the MCU is doing better. And, some of the storylines that's being told in the MCU, I think they kind of would sound similar to this. I don't know, but... this series really has such a huge rivalry against the MCU, you know what I'm saying? It's just crazy, but this is really one of the best series of the Avengers of all time. It really is. There will never be another series like Earth's Mightiest Heroes. I really would love to watch this whole series one day, and I really should. So, double thumbs up to Rick D. Weiserman. He's up there as one of my favorite animated or video game voices for Thor. Honestly, I think he's probably my #1 favorite right now. Oh, and he voiced him in Marvel vs. Capcom 3: A Fate of Two Worlds as well. And this game called Marvel Heroes 2013, which I heard about the game but never seen it. Marvel Superheroes 4D. Okay, he's had quite a few number of times he voiced Thor. I don't think I've ever heard of this game. Thor and Loki Blood Brothers? Never heard of this. I need to turn this up. It's kind of quiet. Hold on.
Attempt, brother, and that Thor has not to fear from any storm, be it of wind.
Okay, sure. Sounds a little different than the other guys. It sounds like he's trying to do a little more with the voice. Like maybe he's trying to do too much, but at least he still has the accent. So yeah, I'll still give him a thumbs up. Sounds almost like if he's trying to do Odin's voice, almost. It kind of sounds more like Odin a little bit, but it still works. Sure. Yes! Sorry, I wish I could have gotten any more louder, but it's like 9, so I can't go too crazy because, some of my parents are already asleep, so, but yes. Heck yeah. How can you, come on, man. It's Chris Hemsworth. He is Thor, man. He is the Thor himself, man. He's the Thor of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and he's still currently playing the character. It's crazy. Honestly, it's amazing that he's still hanging around as Thor because, as I said, some of the original Avengers from the 2012 Avengers movie, some of them are already not featured currently in the MCU, and some of them still are. And as I said, Thor is actually one of them that's still hanging around, which means Chris Hemsworth's career as Thor still remains intact in the MCU, which is great. And yeah, clearly he didn't only play Thor in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, he voiced him in this game called Thor God of Thunder 2011, which was obviously made to be like a game that was supposed to represent the movie since, Chris Hemsworth made his debut as Thor in 2011, playing the character, and so, because back then when the Marvel Cinematic Universe started in 2008 with the first Iron Man film, they were making video games off the MCU movies, which I don't think really lived up to the hype because, they just don't look that good. And, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would probably say the MCU video games don't really seem to work that well. I'm pretty sure, that Iron Man 1 and Iron Man 2 for video game didn't really live up to the hype, neither did the Incredible Hulk, and I'm sure this game probably didn't do too well either. I don't know. I don't hear a lot of people talking about them at all, so I'm probably going to take a wild guess that the MCU video games really didn't work up compared to the movies. Because sometimes, they try to make video games based off of, movies, and some of them do work, but then there's others, like the MCU, for example, I'm willing to bet, don't really live up to the hype, and, you know, they don't turn out to be as good as the movies. So I'm going to take a big wild guess that this game, Thor, God of Thunder, didn't really live up to the hype, because I don't hardly hear anyone talking about it. But it's still great, though, that Chris Hemsworth got to voice his own character with the video game that's based off his character from the MCU, so that's great still. But obviously, everybody's going to acknowledge him more for playing the character than voicing him in this video game. But still, at least it's Chris Hemsworth. At least you still included him, Generation West. At least he's still included. Whether you include him, like, rather you acknowledge him as him playing him in the MCU or voicing him in a video game, at least you still included Chris Hemsworth. Unlike the previous video I watched with Iron Man, where unfortunately Robert Downey Jr. wasn't featured for some reason, which really upset me, kind of. Because clearly, for some reason, the MCU didn't decide to use Robert Downey Jr. to voice his character in the Iron Man 1 or Iron Man 2 video game, which is disappointing as well. But still, he should have included Robert Downey Jr., though, nevertheless. I was pretty disappointed he wasn't included in my last reaction video for Iron Man voice comparison. But at least, here we are with Chris Hemsworth. Whether you're acknowledging him here in this video game or acknowledging him in the MCU, he's still included. Case in point. Like, as I already said, man, Chris Hemsworth, he is Thor. There can never be another man like him, bro. Wow, James Arnold's Taylor? Oh, that was too short. I need to go back to that. That was short. I need to listen out for that.
Ready for another bout?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was not bad. For a moment there, I thought it stunk, but okay. Now after hearing that part, now that sounded good, so yeah. I don't know why it's so short, though. Is this really the only speech Thor ever gives in this video game? Whatever. But yes, at least that sounded good, so yeah. As I mentioned before in my last video with Iron Man, James Arnold's Taylor, he could do almost any voices. You know, there's quite a few voice actors out there that can do almost any voice that they're given. James Arnold's Taylor is one of them, and so is Nolan North. And I think there's another voice actor, I think, as well, but I can't remember who, but you know what I mean. But yeah, James Arnold's Taylor, he could do almost any voice he's given, so heck yeah.
For another bout. Stand back. The matters of Asgard
yes.
are no place for oddly dressed younglings.
He has a good voice for Thor, too. Travis Willingham. He has a great voice. He probably would be my second favorite if I was to choose. He's voiced Thor quite a few number of times, too. Look at this. Oh, he's in the LEGO Marvel Superheroes game, too. And LEGO Marvel Maximum Overlord. Who cares about that? But anyway, that's it. Now, although that's everybody in Generation West's video, let's see if there's a few more that was included in Behelit 89's video that wasn't featured here in Generation West's video, so it's not over yet. Let's just check it out. Okay, we're back. Yes. I should have already guessed it, because usually Behelit 89's voice comparison videos are kind of like more like sort of recent than compared to Generation West, because Generation West's are kind of old, and Behelit 89's, like, some of them are like 2 years old and stuff, so they kind of somewhat, I guess you can call them recent, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, there's a few other guys he included in here that Generation West didn't include, so let's check them out real quick before we determine all my favorites.
Another! Forget it.
That's
We'll
loud.
always have Asgard. Looking for trouble? Look out for yourself. Looks like rain. Love is like lightning.
Kind of sounds like a hillbilly almost, so I'm not really too sure.
You have my word. A storm's coming. You think you're tough. Tough job for a tough guy. Round up the usual suspects.
I have to say maybe. I mean, the accent's good, but the fact that he sounds more like a hillbilly just... I'm like, I don't know. Because, you know, not to mention he kind of looks like one here. Thor kind of sounds more like a hillbilly here than he does with his usual accent. I don't know why. This guy makes Thor sound like a hillbilly, so I'm not really too sure about this one. Like I said, the voice is actually good mostly, but the fact that I'm just not digging with the fact that he sounds like a hillbilly, I have to give this one a maybe. I seriously doubt if that game's even good anyway, Avengers Academy.
You're a real wise guy, aren't you?
Like, I've heard a bit about this game, but...
Aye, the foul weather is unnatural, and I see who is responsible. My evil brother Loki.
Never seen this before either.
Man of Spiders.
My name is Spider-Man.
That's what I said. Man of Spiders. Loki is wide open.
Okay.
But that man is in danger.
Okay,
I must
fine.
save him.
Sure.
We couldn't
I mean,
have
that's a
done
good
without
voice
you,
anyway,
man of
so...
Doug. Thank you.
Animation looks a little wacky, but alright. Oh, yes. I thought the Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 was even better than the first one, so of course, yes. Ronan Summers did a great job. Got the accent too. You always have to have the accent when you voice Thor. This costume's kind of interesting. This Lego outfit for Thor in Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 is kind of interesting. I think it's based off of his outfit he got from Thor Ragnarok, if I'm not mistaken, because he gets a short hairdo and a helmet, because I think Thor's hair is short in this game, so I think it's based off Thor Ragnarok. Marvel Future Avengers. Okay, I'd never heard this before. Marvel Future Avengers.
And I may never learn to truly forgive you, but today, to put a stop to a much greater threat,
Nothing OS, that's a good voice, so sure. Patrick Sess. He was featured in one of my previous voice comparison videos before, too. I do remember Patrick Sess being featured before. I don't remember which videos, but he was featured in one of my previous voice comparison reaction videos before. Okay, that's everybody. Alright. Now that's everybody. Okay, so there was a few good ones in there. Surprisingly, there wasn't really anybody that did terrible. Nobody I gave thumbs down to, so everybody did good. There was mostly goods, and then there was some, as you saw right there with the Avengers Academy one, I gave it a maybe. I think he's about the only maybe I gave to, I think. But everybody else did good, so yeah. Only just one maybe, and everybody else got thumbs up. Some of them got double thumbs up because they're my favorites and all. So, when it comes down to it, out of everybody we've seen, for my top 3 choices for Thor, no, I have 4. Obviously, for live-action-wise, you already know the deal. For live-action-wise, it's none other than the one and only Chris Hemsworth himself. And then, for animated-wise, it's gonna be, I gotta look back because I need to remember their names first before I accidentally miss. For my 3 favorite animated voices for Thor, number 1 favorite is Rick D. Wiserman. My second favorite is Travis Willingham, and then my last favorite is Dave Boat. So my 3 favorite animated voices are Rick D. Wiserman, Travis Willingham, and David Boat. Those are my 3 favorites for animated and video game wises for Thor, and then plus Chris Hemsworth for my favorite live action Thor. That makes 4. So those are my total of 4 picks for Thor. Now, time for you to vote now, ladies and gentlemen. You leave a comment down below this video. Let me know who you love as the voice of Thor. And don't forget to share it with all your friends to get their honest opinions as well. Because I know the chat's probably going to eventually go crazy one day talking about this. You know what I'm saying? Even though I don't get a lot of views or get a lot of comments. But you never know. This video could get more views in the future. But anyway, who do you love as Thor? Just let me know. That's all I can say. Because everybody's got a different opinion, right? So... Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here. I'm going to go take a chill pill for a little bit. I'll probably just spend the rest of the night just on my phone because, like I said, it's about to be 10, so there's not really any worth doing another video. So, hopefully, if I have time tomorrow, I'll do it. And if not, then I'll just be back whenever because in my last video with Iron Man, you know, I told you I was going to do this video, Thor voice comparison the next day. Well, I didn't reveal which character I was going to do, but when I said that I was going to do another voice comparison the next day, I accidentally ended up lying because I didn't do it. Neither did I do it yesterday, the day after yesterday, the day before then as well. So I'm sorry that I lied to y'all again. That's something I need to get used to. That's something I need to like try to learn to do. I need to start like knowing on when I'm going to be able to have time for videos and when I'm not, and not accidentally lie to you guys saying that I'm going to do it the next day and then I'll end up making that video because I don't want to keep accidentally looking like I'm lying to you guys because it's not my fault, you know, college and tiredness after work and school, it just happens, you know what I'm saying? Things can just change all of a sudden, so, but I really need to stop lying to you guys, and I don't want you guys to get too upset over me, you know, canceling videos when I said I was going to do them the next day and stuff like that, so, from now on, I should just only say, for whenever I come back with the next video, you'll see me then, so, that's what I really should start saying from now on, because that's better to say, because I'm not, like, lying, you know what I'm saying, so, that should be a better way I should say it, so, that's how I'm going to say it. So, like I said, I hope you enjoyed this video, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share this with all your friends to get their opinions on who's their favorites with Thor's voice. And when I'm back with the next video, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you then. But until then, I'm out. So, hope you all have a good night. So, that'll be it for today, guys. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Dislike it, give it a thumbs down. Join me next time in the next video. To all you boys, men, and guys out there. fist bumps go to all of you. To all the girls, ladies, and women out there, mwah, kisses go out to all of you. But until then, this is Joe Flash signing off, and have a good day, or good night.